Alright, recording has started.
So, since the moment you guys have been more or less ordered to rest, ordered to take a break, as you have been advising Lex to do the same, with or without some help from outside forces, you've all kind of made it known that you mean at least minimal harm to everybody's sanity, whether that is through saying it or proving it. And as of right now, because most of you know where Arthur's going to be most of the day, you've all taken turns visiting, checking up on Lex, making sure Arthur doesn't pass out from stress. Whether he does or he's learned his lesson from the first time is yet to be seen. But as of right now, another day has passed, and it's calm. Nothing is happening. Not even the knights are training today. It's one of their off days, the mandatory scheduled break in between biannual reports. Like, not biannual, bi-weekly reports. Goodness. And as far as that's concerned, it is a nice day outside. Beautiful, and the sun is shining. And everybody, it's kind of a sleepy day for most of the group. But that's not who we focus on right now. Right now, we focus on Arthur and Razz. Where Razz, you're going off on some tangent again. Normally you'd talk to Tsubasa about one of these, but Tsubasa has been up really late doing his own brand of defiance. And you are reluctant to interrupt his sleeping, though you are not reluctant to spare him your sanity. And Arthur, you are equally as insane to a different direction, so this is normal for you to listen in on. And Razz, state one of your current theories as top of session.
I'm just saying, I think Zipper is always listening. I think he knows things. I think he knows things that he's not supposed to know. Don't you agree, Arthur? I think he's in the walls. I
I
know he's in the walls.
it there's a possibility.
It's a truth of the universe. This little creature is somewhere in this room and I can feel it.
Totally not at all blending into the shadows of the blankets behind Arthur, and Arthur totally can't sense him now.
Razz is looking at like the opposite wall as to where Zipper is. Like he's in here. He's listening. He knows things.
Any thoughts, Arthur?
How did you come to the conclusion?
Gut feeling.
And from behind Arthur, you just hear a very distinct "That's it" from Toro. Which to Arthur just sounds like a
that is it. She says, looking over past Zipper again and at Toro, just not registering.
Oh geez, you're blinder than a canary in a coal mine, aren't you? More barking for Arthur. Looks like someone's being sassy again.
Hey, you need to worry about your set. Looks at Zipper. Oh. I was right. I knew it. I was right.
Right in the wrong direction, maybe?
I wasn't wrong.
No, but you weren't right either. Arthur just hears Razz bickering in Dream Eater. Because it's a very obviously Dream Eater and not just what the Dream Eaters are saying that you can't understand, because it's the actual physical tongue that you speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, oh, they're fighting again. Razz is fighting with a 2-year-old, essentially. Cool. Like,
Meanwhile, Razz is like, I'll put you in the walls next, Toro.
then just stands up. Bet!
Bet! Standing up also.
Just a whoa, whoa!
Alright, okay.
Make a perception check for me.
What was that?
Make a perception check for me. Naturally, of course.
That is iconic.
First roll of the night, baby! Looking strong! Arthur, of course you'd recognize this sound. You don't know why, though. But it's the sound of the front entrance opening. And you snap your gaze towards the window on this side. Hold on, I'm on the wrong layer. God, good grief. But there's a window on this side. And you see a tall woman dressed in blacks and whites with the hood down and draping coattails that curl at the ends. She has long, brown, curly hair and slightly pointed ears. And from this vantage point, you do see that she has medium brown skin, and the only thing you can see of her eyes is a black eye patch on the right side. And then you hear the click of a cane. You good over there?
Someone felt like playing music incredibly loudly.
Nice. But you hear the click of a cane. Specifically an ironwood cane, meant not just for walking, but if necessary to turn into a weapon. And you don't know how you recognize it, but there is a soft humming, as if not trespassing on private property, as she had not been stopped by the guards somehow, as you can still hear them talking amongst themselves as if she was never there. And she just continues past the window, as if she doesn't even care if she's spotted. And you continue to hear that clicking, getting closer and closer.
I'm so sorry. I think I'm going to need to change to laptop because this is incredibly annoying.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Hey, Zahn.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Ironwood? Ooh woo?
That's what you said.
I did.
Reminded me of the game that one of the families in the game is like responsible for a giant ironwood forest, and it's just I love it. Ask me another time, and I will info dump on you.
Absolutely. But
yeah, I spent a lot of time dissecting that universe, but I will say while this is going on, I do think Razz is getting ready to throw down with this 2-year-old.
Same energy as AT Lex getting ready to fight in a war.
Yeah.
Over a card game.
Yeah, literally.
Brotherly tendencies. Motherfucker, you're 6. How are you beating me at poker?
Yeah. I feel like Toro has beat her at poker. I don't know how. I don't know when.
She has a shit poker face.
True.
She gets too excited when she has even the slightest of good hands, and then there's Toro, who's just like, oh, honey.
She's literally like, yes! Oh, wait!
Just like, oh no, maybe I'm bluffing, you don't know. They're just like, are you?
Taylor's killing me. I love it. It's funny because her deception. What is it? Her deception is still a +8, but I just think she forgets that all the time. Chooses to ignore that truth. You're so right. Oh. Is my mic picking up any background noise?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I thought so, but I just haven't used this mic before except to talk to Vernal. My brother just gave it to me. Because he gave me his abandoned headset.
It's actually really clear.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep using it. It's a really nice headset. He just got a new one. He doesn't need it anymore. As much as I love my cat ear one that I have at home, I think this is the one I'm gonna keep using because it's just better. He died.
Perish. I feel like Razz, when this character shows up properly on the map, is just going to go, cool, I'm gonna fight a bitch. Like,
Literally, she's already revved up and ready to go.
just the immediate, like, energy of, I don't know you! I don't know you! And you're in the room with two of my besties, I need you to leave. Like...
It's like that, you not my dad, Vine!
Yeah. I fucking love that for her.
Oh.
Shakes his stick at Cayde. You guys can unmute and give me your thoughts, TM, on this, if you want. While we're waiting for Cayde.
Hi, eating though. I'm dad.
You sounded more in pain saying that.
It does hurt.
Dude, dad jokes cause you pains on.
Yeah, but thankfully I'm a masochist, so.
No, you're just testing the limits of your strength. Cayde, do you remember what I said about the person walking in you?
Yes, I do.
What does Arthur do?
Well, he doesn't fully remember this person. It was just like a feeling of remembering, right?
It was the essence of I know the sound that's walking towards me, but I don't remember how I know it. Yeah.
You'll point to like, huh? That's weird. I didn't, huh? Just out loud.
I think that would be enough to draw Razz out of her heated debate with Toro. Just, huh?
Someone, kind of, someone. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling about someone coming in.
Like, weird haha or like weird bad?
I think it's just weird, just neutral weird.
Just neutral weird. Okay. Alright.
Both of you hear from where everybody walks in. Over here, the doors swing open. And it's not like, oh, someone's throwing open the door or being loud and obnoxious. It's the door opens as if wind has opened it rather than a hand. And stepping through is that same woman who taps her cane against the floor as if to test its sturdiness. And goes, well, if I had to guess, I would say it's a little more on the weird bad side. After all, I don't show up to just anybody.
Who?
I've gotten the right people this time. Good. The Everflame and the Hand of Fate. And she steps forward.
Razz is squinting hard. Just, hello?
Hello, Everflame.
Hello,
Good
what?
to see you in good. Oh, have you not reached the point in this run ago of this wonderful world of yours that you've earned your title yet? It seems I caught you early.
My what? His what? Or what? Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, you don't remember. And looks over at Arthur. You have a look about you as if you're struggling to recall, meaning you've won, haven't you? And she steps forward again.
One.
Yes, you've won our little game. The arrangement we had. I told you. It was rigged from the start. But if you won, I would let you have what you want. And steps up to Arthur. Razz, what do you do?
Oh. Oh, as soon as she, like, approaches Arthur, there's, like, definitely a different air of defense. I definitely think she's gonna try to get a little closer in case she tries anything. Especially with all the shit that just happened. I mean, like, it's obviously probably the guards let her in, but there's still, like, that air of defensiveness. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Step away, bitch.
If we've talked and I don't remember, could this have something to do with the world changing?
Clever boy. You're figuring it out faster than before. But I think I should help you out a little bit. And she brings up her cane in like that manner of, are either of you going to stop me? And looks directly at Razz with that expression of, is there something you'd like to tell me?
I think Razz is gonna physically try to stop her from bringing that cane down.
What do you do? Do you grab the cane or her hand?
Her hand.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! Okay.
DC 25.
Oh, that's not good. That's quite bad, actually.
Oh,
You couldn't have made that even if you tried, brother.
No, I couldn't have. There was no way. But that was a horrible failure.
not even with an extra +6.
Nope. It's like a shock to the system, and not a good one. It's like dunking yourself in an entirely frozen over lake and then having stuck a fork in an electrical socket.
Oh no.
Twice over, you feel burning. But then it stops as you're suddenly on your knees where you once were standing. And she's looking at you not with pity, but with almost genuine concern. As you see her eyes now. Bright neon electric blue. Rather, her eye. Singular, as the other one is covered with an eye patch. I suppose I did not warn you not to touch me, as touching things that don't exist, or at least no longer exist, often lead to bad consequences. And she's still holding her cane by the shaft of it. And she's holding it at her side rather than upwards now.
Are you okay?
Yeah. She's obviously not okay.
Yeah.
There's a sigh from this currently unnamed woman. I suppose that should mean I should get the party started faster. And taps both of you on the top of near your forehead. And instead of a primal shock to your system, it's like you're falling through clouds and through soft earth. Falling and falling until you close your eyes. And you feel... At first you don't feel anything. Your eyes are closed, and you hear nothing, smell nothing, taste, touch, sense nothing. And then you hear it. The sound of a train on train tracks. And it's not loud, but more as if it's been muffled. And there's a sound of electricity and gas and steam, things that shouldn't mix and yet do. And Arthur, you're the first one who recalls with surprising ease. As, of course, this is the tracks of creation. You are in the main train car of the sort of ship that Helia built. And it's a long time ago, or maybe a time that never happened. You're not sure, and you're not going to question it. But you hear chatter of multiple voices, and you're staring out the window as you recall. Yes, of course, you had just barely escaped with your lives. And while it wasn't a win, it was not a loss either. though everyone else in your party is aggressively against running. You had to drag Tsubasa out of the line of fire, having been the one to say, "I'll hold them off." And you, Arthur, are not about that life. And you had dragged him through the portal you created with one of your keyblades. And that keyblade on the table in front of you was broken. As you glance down at it, it's a make you don't recall. A make that, even in this hazy state of memory, you don't quite know what the name of it is. You know it's a one-time use if you ever used its ability, and it outlived its usage, having made not one, but 2 portals through sheer luck alone. And then you look up and see your best friend, older and much more tired, passed out in the seat in front of you, bandaged up, once again, seeming worse off than he was before. And you don't know what you went through until you do. You lost. Yes, you lost. And it's a bitter sting of defeat that put a dent in one of the doors of the cabins on another train car. As
My
people...
love?
Yeah?
Cayde just stepped away.
Oh, okay. Recognize the fact that this was a one-time use keyblade. You can't remember the name. You can't even remember how you made it. But it had outlived its usage and doubled its efficiency, as it had made 2 portals for you, and not just the one. So it being broken is not what upsets you. What upsets you is looking up at your best friend and seeing him worn and beaten and beat to hell and back. And once more, bandaged up, barely having gotten out of a lethal moment because he would quote time and time and time again, "Just doing my job." Even though, as you recall, you had stepped down from your title as prince in this go-around, and it was the closest you had ever come to beating her. And then it's the thought of, who? Who's her? But your memory remains foggy, distant, as if you're not allowed to know this. And the only reason you know this is because someone's letting you. And you hear chatter, angry and decisive and trying to figure out what they did wrong. And from behind Lex, who is fast asleep, though in a painful sleep nonetheless, you hear Razz. What do you say, Everflame, as you realize there was nothing you could have done?
Oh, that's the thing. I don't think that there has ever been an instance where Razz has thought this was impossible from the start. Is the thing. So she's probably like, She's probably in denial. She's probably like, this is like, that was a bad dream, and we're gonna wake up tomorrow and we're gonna try again and it's gonna be awesome. Like that panic, like, you know, trying to rationalize her way out of this, but like without, reality hasn't quite hit, you know what I mean?
And Lance, dear splintered heart, what do you do as it sinks in that all the good things you've done in this go-around have amounted to evil winning?
Probably just curled up against the side of the booth train car thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just in sort of the same situation as Razz. Reality hasn't quite set in yet.
I
Tsubasa,
guess it has to be a bad dream. Sorry.
you were pulled off of the front lines by a very defiant and almost angry Arthur when you had subjected yourself essentially to the same fate that his reckless best friend had decided to take upon himself, saying you would stay here, hold the front lines, make sure they didn't get any farther. And you were ripped away from that, and in that instance you realized you had lost. So, Thief of Five Fates, how do you react to your future being stolen?
It doesn't feel like he's quite accepted that they've lost yet, and is racking his brain to figure out what they could do differently the next time.
I know you're only listening right now, so you can type this up if you want, Aster. But how, in this instance, how does the Seeker of Darkness, unrealized in his title, react to knowing that light did not prevail? So all of you hear from a different train section the sound of a metal arm crunching into multiple layers of steel and metal alloy. It doesn't pierce, thankfully, but it does dent. And there's silence for a moment as Aster proceeds to mutter to himself and consider going towards Arthur, as I would love for you to be able to talk shop about this next set of actions, but you are on listening only. So, Arthur, as you hear a couple ruminations of denial, listening to the sudden shriek of metal caving in a little bit, and then silence as it falls over the entire train car where you're sitting, it occurs to you in a way that's almost heart-shattering. 10 years. 10 years of training and listening and waiting and finding out everything you could. And you still lost. As you remember in this moment, you're almost 28. You're pushing 30. And you're still some hero? And you lost. This isn't how the stories go. This isn't how the ancient stories are supposed to tell you how to prepare for war. And it's a bitter taste in your mouth. As you're looking outside through the window and you see glittering stars and nebulas and key gliders passing by at the speed of light, just a flicker on the horizon. And then there's a glimmer of warp space, meaning you're headed to a location, which doesn't make sense, as you're a day, maybe 2 away from the location you're headed to. You shouldn't be stopping this soon. And for a second, you're not infuriated, but you're confused and discontent all over again. As you move to stand, a little off kilter at first, as you are low on mana and even lower on HP. You are hurt badly, and it didn't register until you tried to stand back up after taking a seat for so long. And you hear Helia shoving through the entranceway at the left-hand side of the map, huffing and puffing, still that small girl, except around your age now, a little older than you. And she has her hands on her knees, and she looks confused and frightened as Helia. My beloved.
Yeah.
Helia, as the hand of creation that built this vessel that takes you anywhere that you have coordinates to, comfortable as much as it is a tank throughout the stars, you have no longer received control from it. You have lost sight of where your original coordinates have gone, and there are coordinates in the control panel you cannot take off, and you're about to land. What do you tell the rest of your crew?
Probably something about preparing for a completely unplanned landing.
The first person who sees and hears that clearly is you, Lance, as your recollection of this moment is sharp and full of hazy tears, as the denial ends as soon as you hear an unprepared landing. And what do you do in this moment as Helia, who barely earned an inch or 2 over her entire 10-year journey, has rushed in looking not panicked but confused, as if she doesn't know what's going on either?
Just gonna, I guess, blink back the tears, stand up, and just unprepared.
You said unplanned, but sure.
Unplanned, unprepared, same difference.
Incorrect.
Same difference, not same thing.
Incorrect.
You get whatever.
Razz, you hear this vague bickering after hearing, in your hazy state, something about an unplanned landing of your vessel that takes you from world to world.
Where are we? Like, is it gonna... We can't defend ourselves if it's... We can. We will. But where are we?
Helia, you don't recognize these coordinates that were put in beyond your control. But you do know that they lead to some place you've never been. in all of your research and all of your time studying to put in coordinates that you could just take your hands off of the controls and let cruise control be on, essentially. You've never seen these coordinates, nor the picture of the world that it's stationed on.
Incredibly distinct I don't know noise to Razz's question.
Okay. All right. We need to get ready. We need to. She's standing up, ready, waiting for the other shoe to drop now.
Arthur, Tsubasa, you hear a commotion towards the front of the cabins. Aster, you also hear this commotion. You're free to react in text as you see fit.
Tsubasa's moving to get a closer look. Just like... Is everything alright up there?
A deep breath and then just, we're landing somewhere we don't know. Get ready.
Can I see?
As you pass Lex, Arthur, his voice is raspy as if just waking up from a particularly awful sleep, and he just... Be careful. I can't protect you this time.
Right.
And he slumps further down into his seat, prepared to not move for a little while. I should note for everyone in this memory, all of you look different. You do not wear the same style, you do not wear the same outfits. Aster, you are bearing the same symbols as the Federation Committee. A paladin not under oath of anybody but yourself in the things you swear loyalty to. Arthur, you are a fighter, a general through and through. You gave up your right to nobility in order to defend those who couldn't defend themselves. Tsubasa, you are, for all intents and purposes, a rightful swordsman. Flurries and flourishes of blades and steel and the song of war. Razz, you're a sneaky motherfucker. And Lance, this is the last time you remembered how to fully heal a soul. And Helia, you recall distantly the feeling of true magic brimming in your veins. But it's gone as you rely more on technology and your own smarts than your ability to talk. So if you want to, you can describe how that would change how you look. But at the most vivid part of this is that Aster has a prosthetic arm.
I mean, Tsubasa's style would be a lot more practical.
That's what I was thinking on Razz's end too. I think if she relies more on being sneaky and having to get close and roguish nature, she'd probably keep her hair a lot shorter. Just so nobody could grab it. Dress a little bit darker. She usually does dress kind of dark, but with bright colors involved, but the bright colors are kind of absent. It's more like muted tones to where she can just fade into the background.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Don't white mage me.
I think you're a genius for that.
Yeah, Tsubasa's hair would also be a lot shorter in this instance. maybe even closer to an undercut. But his style would be a mix of practical and, like, somewhat reminiscent of his grandfather's.
Arthur, would you change at all? For reference, you would be a fighter rogue.
No.
Arthur, ever stalwart, is the unchanging presence. The one who always looks the same, no matter how old he gets. Maybe that's the reason why, in this instance, it's a little unsettling, as he is human. The only sign of age to his form is the crow's feet around his eyes, from laughing too much. And even those have slightly faded over the course of the last 3 years, which you recall have been the toughest of your adventure. But Helia, as they all approach, with Alex having taken a back seat, how do you express that you have no fucking clue who put those coordinates in, and you were there the whole time? Nobody walked in.
Very distressed, Helia. I've lost control of my ship and I hate everything.
I mean, a fair reaction.
Is that what you actually say?
Probably, or at least something along those lines.
Jack Sparrow voice. I've lost control of my ship!
More or less, yeah.
Do you remember what the coordinates were?
Remember that they're nothing I recognize.
And you all at that answer hear from the cockpit of this train-like ship. Hear a voice that at first is not familiar until suddenly, sharply, it is. It's the voice of the current conductor's assistant. Going, guys, you might want to take a seat. This is gonna be rough.
Oh boy.
I can handle it. I can take it rough.
Lance, sit the fuck down!
Razz lays on Lance to make him stay down.
Tsubasa's going to drag Aster into the nearest seat with him.
Scoots Helia over there for you.
Scoots the girl.
Just lays on Lance on the floor.
I love how Lance got from fucking both ends. Sit the fuck down.
And
You guys know your boy.
And there is a shuddering of metal and magic. A sort of might against steel and alloy that sounds like... You guys are gonna hate this. It sounds like a burnout on top of a screech of tire.
Ah.
Icky.
And I think all of you, with the capability of hearing that you all have, just crinkle with the fucking content awareness scale going off for a little while. Just the kind of feeling.
Yeah.
As for a good 20 seconds, there's different pitches and tones of something emergency stopping. And it is not pleasant to hear, as someone is in the cockpit trying desperately to regain control over a speeding vessel. And after a moment, more after 20 seconds, there's a lurch forward that forces all of you... Some of you, it forces you forward into the tables, and for two of you, it forces you backwards that kind of stings on your shoulder blades. For the two on the floor, surprisingly, all you do is kind of shift slightly to the right, because you are closest to where the center of force would be. And then it's a complete halt, as you hear nothing, and then, what the fuck, from the cockpit, as someone is stepping out of the cockpit over here and walking down the stairs. Like not even going from a proper exit, like rushing outside.
Fucking how's Lex doing over there?
He slept through worse.
Oh no.
This is actually a canon thing. He slept through worse.
Uh-huh. I think we've got to... Why welt?
I have to make another token, because I think it'd be funny.
Oh no.
So what are you guys doing as you hear someone rushing out?
Hopping up and going after them.
I fall on trying to scramble up and follow.
Well, they're coming towards us, yeah?
No, they've left the cockpit and, like, exited down the improper staircase and jumped off.
Okay. Yeah, Tsubasa's going to also follow because, just scrambling over Aster.
Geronimo.
Oh yeah.
Lance is fully gonna jump off. Not without, like, taking a look around first.
God damn it, Lance.
I get to upload this fucking character. So, Lance, you're the first one out and jumping down, correct?
Yes.
The first thing you feel before you hear anything is grass. The crunch of properly taken care of grass. Like, not too high. Yeah, no, it's literally just a moment of this grass is not too high, not too shallow, it's the perfect height for crunching. And it looks vibrant green, even just the brightest, vibrant forest green you can find. Like, it's been well taken care of.
Oh, fuck, did we land where I think we landed? I'm going Philly. This is where I think it is.
Where do you think it is?
Fucking Scalad. Fall back.
No, actually, you're wrong.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Pretty sure there's not any grass there.
There is, but it's
Patches.
complicated. It's complicated.
Isn't everything in Kingdom Hearts complicated?
Shut the fuck up.
How about shush. Tsubasa is right behind Lance, by the way.
I'm setting it up. Because technically this was going to be a just Arthur scene, and then I realized how fucking funny it would be to get all of your reactions to it. As Lance, you look around as you step forward, as I'm continuing to set up all of your tokens on the map. You look around and you realize you managed to stop on the one place that had any properly manicured anything. Because the rest of it looks in not disarray, but like it's seen battle. And in the way that They certainly tried. They lost. Kind of energy. As you're looking at a casino, and you hear distant, very, very distant laughter and chattering and decisive, like you hear coins and dice and all sorts of gambling of cards. Like, you don't know how you hear it, but it's like an echo of what's inside.
So what you're saying is the casino is possibly still functional.
Let me get you on the map. One more. Just gotta put Aster on the map. Even though he's all talking right now.
Yeah, he still dark dodged after everyone, so... Actually, Kuri, would Aster have dodged before or after Tsubasa tried to climb over him? Just as a funny thought.
As you all rush outside, with Helia kind of stepping back for a moment, of just like, Jesus! At least wait for the small one! Kind of feeling.
Helia voice, I don't want to get run over again.
Again.
Sorry.
You realize, all of you this time, that the conductor's assistant has run ahead and is stopped halfway through the currently settling down engine, like, is starting to run ahead to see if anything's the matter. And you all recognize this figure because of course you do. He's an old family friend of the Pendracos who deliberately went out of his way to protect the family and their friends. And he's not exactly the shyest of individuals, but he's not the baldest either. He's very intent on remaining on the sidelines. And he's, as far as everyone else can recall, he's always been close to or at the seat of the throne. The way that he visited you guys and realized you needed someone a little older, a little wiser to carry you on your journey, made him stay with you. As he rushes ahead and goes, okay, don't move. I'm going to make sure there's no traps. And you all vividly recall he doesn't have a keyblade. As he just rushes ahead.
Whoa.
Yeah, Tsubasa's already moving, just like, now, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm the adult here. I have to take care of the kids. And just
Where?
We're all adults!
I'm more of an adult than you, says the one shouting in the middle of a place that you don't know anything about. As he's shouting back.
Tsubasa just points at him! We still going to follow him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you all... Arthur, good place to stop.
Ooh,
Oh no! Fuck.
What's your passive perception? Use the ones you have currently.
All of
18.
our pesos? Because it's 24 for me.
20.
Mm-hmm. You three, as you charge past the window, Arthur, everyone starts moving past you as you're not magically frozen in place. but you hear suddenly not poker cards shuffling, but tarot cards from beyond the window, a short distance. Just a constant shuffle, over and over again, as if preparing for visitors. Do you look?
Yeah, he's moving closer.
You see, in this instance, a woman you have never seen before. Dark, long, curly brown hair, a coat that travels down past her knees into swirling coattails of black and white. An eye patch over the right eye, and a singular eye of bright neon electric blue with medium dark skin. And she stops as you approach the window. And she does not look at you, but she smiles and her lips move. And in your head you hear, "Hello, Pendraco."
Is this window like able to be opened?
Make an investigation check. You don't see any way to open it from this side, per se. However, in your approach to try and investigate to get it open, your hand presses against the middle of the panes. Stained glass at first, and then it shifts like water, and you fall through it.
Bye.
I feel like you absolutely go, "Fa!" and just fall through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd probably get Tsubasa to stop real quick. It's just like, what?
To the rest of you, Arthur is no longer able to be seen.
Oh, this is not good.
Unfortunate.
Lance and Helia and Aster, you were the only ones who caught a glimpse of him walking up to the window of stained glass and barely metal that's holding it together. And he put his hand ever so slightly against the middle of it and disappeared.
Poof.
You do not see him on the other side.
I'm going to attempt to recreate what he did. What I saw him do.
That sure is glass you're pressing your hand against.
Pause. Try it with the other hand.
Still glass.
Well, I tried.
Lance, what are you
What did he-
doing?
He disappeared through the window.
He what? What?
Same energy as, dude, he jumped. He what?
No, we can't be separated now. This is
Well, we've got someone actively separating right now.
deep breaths, but like quickly. Like trying not to make them shallow breaths at this point.
Tsubasa's
We'll
looking
get to Arthur
between his
in a little
friends.
bit.
What?
We'll get to Arthur in a little bit. What do all of you do?
Well, Tsubasa's looking between his friends and the co-pilot, captain person, assistant conductor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, do I leave my friends or do I leave the guy without a keyblade? He's going to follow the assistant conductor. Just okay. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Whoever's got detect magic, use it, because I assume Razz as a rogue does not have it. So she is going to then sprint after Tsubasa because she's terrified for everybody at this point. But still, like,
Actually, would I still be same two classes in this run?
No. No.
Oh, what classes would I be? Would I have access to detect magic in either of my classes?
You would be cleric sorcerer. So probably.
I guess I'll cast it then. If I've got the mana for it, at least.
You're sorcerer. I sure hope you have the mana for it.
Well, you guys just ran from a battle. Is the reason there.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check for me. This will determine if any of you have mana right now.
All of us?
Alright.
Unfortunate for me.
I believe that does not get me anything. Damn it.
Helia absolutely was the one holding all of the elixirs.
Just hogging them all.
She's the only one that won't break them.
I'd say for your roles specifically, Helia, you're the one who has the most at half of your mana. Everyone else has a quarter. Like, treat it as if, like, you have a quarter of your current mana set.
Okay, so I
And-
definitely can cast Detect Magic.
Yes. Do you?
Yes.
Your first instinct is to look at the panes of glass. After all, that's where Arthur seemed to disappear into. There's nothing magical about these window panes. There's nothing magical about the walls beside them. There's not even an ounce of magic charging through any of the stonework beneath your feet. This is a normal building. As far as your magic can tell.
How thick is the pane of glass?
Make another investigation check.
Investigation. Hey.
It's surprisingly not thick at all. It feels like you put your hand against it again and push, and it feels like if you pushed any further, it would give way, except it wouldn't because it's reinforced. Like, it feels so thin, it might as well be sheer glass.
So can I
And yet
see?
you cannot
I can't see anything.
As far as you're concerned, that's an empty room. So, yes, you can see the room. As far as you're concerned, nobody's in there.
Well, that's suspicious.
Tsubasa. Razz.
Yeah.
Tsubasa, you race ahead of Razz, charging after the co-pilot, the train conductor's assistant, whatever you deign to call him in this moment, and he has been halted at the door by what seems to be the attendance manager, holding a notebook, a ledger of some kind, and adjusting her glasses from underneath her witch's brim hat. With hair so vividly red it might be actively coated in magic to dye it, with like lighter brown skin and dark brown eyes, dressed in a business casual suit. And just, I'm sorry, I can't let you in without a pass stating that you're supposed to be here. And just, I need to get in there and talk to whoever brought us here. Like, literally almost pulling a Karen of, get me your manager.
Tsubasa is going to reach forward and put a hand on this guy's shoulder. It's just like, let's not piss off any locals real quick, please.
I'm not pissing them off. I'm asking to see someone in charge. And she just adjusts her glasses again in that manner of, I will beat you senseless with my glasses kind of look. And just, sir, if you're supposed to be here, bring me the leader of your troop, because you're not on the ledger. And then just, who is then? Well, I don't know. I can't tell you that. All I know is that I'll know when I see them. And Tsubasa, as those two are bickering and kind of ignoring you, you know, being older adults in their, like, clearly in their late 40s, early 50s, with who you remember the name as Apollo. Or at least that's what he gave you. Apollo in front of you is bickering and not angry, but worried. And that comes across many times as anger. As that was what frightened you the first time you met him. Is he was worried and he seemed angry. And he's just not yelling, but getting loud.
Yeah, after a moment, Tsubasa is going to just move around them and put himself between them. It's just like, okay, can we stop for like 5 minutes?
Apollo takes a deep breath and goes, fine, you take care of it then, and walks a short distance away.
Bitch? Just the most incredulous look as Apollo just walks away, just like, okay,
It's Apollo on the shoulder, like, pat, but, like, kind of, like, holds on to make sure that he does not storm off again without a Keyblade, or after all of them almost died.
Yeah. But he does turn back to the woman after a moment and takes a deep breath. Look.
You're not on the ledger.
Okay, cool. We do still need to talk to someone about why we got literally hijacked here.
That means the owner of this casino wants to speak with one of you. I can't quite deign who it might be, unless they're already... And she looks through her ledger, her notes, the attendance report, and goes, oh, looks like they're already inside. Alright. And turns and starts to leave.
Okay, well that explains why Arthur disappeared. Okay, hold on. So, do we just get... the rest of us just get left out here?
She pauses, seeming to consider something, and goes, you're key wielders, aren't you? Aside from that one, and gestures the tip of her hat towards Apollo.
Yeah.
No wielding your keyblade, and I'll allow you inside, alright?
Alright, that's understandable enough.
Last time we had a key wielder go apeshit in here, it cost us thousands in reparations.
I'll make sure that the others do not use their keyblades.
And she heads inside, and through the open entranceway at the front, you see a shimmer of something. And then it stops, as she's standing on the other side in front of a doorway that looks just as open as anything else.
He does stare at it for a moment. Can I roll Arcana to see if he can detect anything?
Go ahead.
Unfortunate. Anyways.
Whatever the fuck that was, it sure was.
Yeah, Tsubasa does go back to Apollo and Razz. It's just like, okay, we can at least go inside because apparently the person they want to talk to is already inside.
Arthur.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck happened with the window.
Very quietly, she's just, we should look for him whenever we go in. Make sure he's safe.
That's what I was thinking. I'll go get the others gathered up.
Fist bump as he passes.
Hell yeah, fist bump! I'm assuming this is a sort of tent right here, yeah?
Yeah, an open tent. That's kind of ragged looking.
Yeah, so he steps through and around to get to the others, and it's just like, hey, guys. We can go inside as long as we behave, and he does point to Aster and Lance specifically, no keyblades.
What? Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'm too tired, man. I'm not gonna bother with that.
But, yeah, no, it seems like whoever hijacked us here wanted to talk to Arthur. Because the lady at the front says that the person they wanted to talk to from our group was already inside, and he's just gesturing to the window.
The window which probably has quite a few fingerprints on it by now.
Lance, stop tapping the window.
There's gotta be some sort of trick to it.
We can figure out the trick inside, which will probably also give us better chance of finding Arthur, who is inside. Come on.
You're right. And when you're right, you're right.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, Razz.
Oh yeah?
Apollo somehow deftly, even for your abilities as a rogue, deftly gets away from your grasp and heads towards the opposing window, as something about the window on the opposite side was mentioned, so he's trying to examine this one.
What do you see?
Fucking nothing. I see fucking nothing. Absolutely shit. Razz, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Percepi.
That's enough. Surprisingly, that's enough. Yeah. You see from your vantage point, as you kind of step forward a little bit to see if you see anything, kind of around Apollo and just looking inside, you see Arthur across the way, and you also see that woman.
Starts beating on the window. Wait. This is sneaky Razz. Sneaky Razz. Wait a second.
You gotta reevaluate your situation now.
I do.
It's stealthy like a mouse.
Gonna try. Gonna see if the window will budge at all. If it will not do it silently.
Against the window.
Huh?
Do you place your hand against the window?
Yes.
It passes through less like water and more like mercury, and you fall through.
Oh no!
I'm guessing Tsubasa sees this one.
Yes.
Just He fucking bolts over to the window, just like, hold on!
You see nothing. Not even the tarot cards on the table.
Well, fuck.
It is an empty room to you.
Looking at the hallways and whatnot outside, Tsubasa is able to get a general idea of which direction he would need to go once he gets inside, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just like, alright, fuck it, we're allowed to go inside. He's just bolts inside.
Just a pet
Helia.
cat.
You, as you kind of not rush, but fast walk forward, your communicator glimmers with an unread text that never went off. It's from Valkyr.
Well, of course she's checking the text.
It just says, "Hey, sweetie, I'm going to be a little bit late. Try not to die while I'm gone, okay?" And that's all you get.
Little frowny face.
And you just get back immediately. Don't pout at me immediately after.
Immediate response of I do what I want.
That won't race time any faster. And then you see the little bubble signaling that he's online. Go to offline.
Increased frowny face.
You get no response. Razz and Arthur. You see before you that same woman from countless times before as you recognize her. She's been everywhere. Everywhere you've been, there's been an echo, a haunting of her. And she looks up from her shuffling of an odd-looking tarot deck, shimmering and golden with echoes of silver throughout it, looking less like metal and more like mercury. And she stops, clasps them together in her hands, and goes, "Well, you sure did take your time."
Rude.
What's rude is making a lady wait.
Right.
Apologies, you must be quite confused as to why I've brought you here. You must want answers.
That would be appreciated.
And she sets down the tarot cards as she spreads them out individually, all 78, across the table, laying her hand against the right end of it, but not touching any of the cards. And it looks indeed like a shimmering pool of mercury, ever shifting, ever changing, ever toxic. Well, it's very simple, actually. I've brought you here because you've caught my attention. And for that matter, both of you have caught a lot of people's attention. The fact that I got to you first says you've been running for quite a while.
Yeah.
Hey now.
So, as I'm sure you've already come to conclusions about, you have lost, yes?
You won't answer.
Razz looks visibly angry at the bitter reality. But also does not answer.
I see. You're still processing that reality a third time, is it? Apologies, I can't quite keep up with all of your mistakes. And I
Third?
mean that gently. Yes, third. This is your third go-around of this specific adventure. Well, I can't say I've come to offer you a deal, but I have come to offer you an escape. And she taps next to the splayed out deck of options as she's showcasing. And she smiles. And you realize most of her teeth are sharp, carnivorous almost. First, you're allowed to ask me 5 questions, but in return, you must give me 5 answers. An eye for an eye, if you will, and taps her eye patch.
Okay.
So, go ahead and ask what questions you may have. Remember, only 5.
Was there another way?
I'm not going to play coy with you and ask what you mean. Yes, there was.
Okay.
What? Arthur, is it cool if I...
Um. What is the point of this?
The point of my offer?
Yes.
To allow you to secure your victory, should you do as you're told. And granted, and she raises her right hand as if to offer a pledge to something unseen, before making a salute gesture. Granted, I'm not forcing you to do any of this. Isn't that right, Blade of Fate?
Right.
I'm offering you an escape from such titles, or at least the constraints in which they give to you. You can choose to break your shackles entirely for all I care. All I'm looking for is someone who will play the game.
What are your conditions?
And she smiles a bit too wide at that as she looks at Razz. Do you have any other questions? You have 2, because I'll answer his in a moment.
How do we keep losing? You said 3 times.
Yes.
That's a lot of times.
A lot of times, yes, to make the same mistakes for countless years. It's almost impressive how dedicated you are to screwing up.
That hurted. That hurted bad.
Don't take any ill will. Of course, I'm just trying to tell you that, well, you're very loyal. Sometimes that's a bad thing. Regardless.
What mistakes?
What was that?
What mistakes?
Countless. Countless more that you've yet to make. But mistakes are how we learn, is that right? That's 5. Let's go back to the 3rd.
Wait up!
Arthur Pendraco. You wish to know what again? And it is asking you to repeat it.
Your conditions.
So are you willing to play the game?
Yes.
My conditions are just so. 1. Know the game is rigged to fail from the start. You are rigged from very get-go, from the start, from conception of the game. You are rigged to fail. 2. There is a win condition. 3. The win condition is finding every objective. Think of it as a hide and seek. Except the things you are seeking don't wish to be found. Do you still acquiesce to the game?
Is that it?
Yes.
Yes.
Razz, do you have anything to say?
I think she's frustrated but interested, so she's kind of holding her tongue to where she doesn't let that frustration come out and ruin what might be a chance.
She reaches out and draws a single card from the mercurial deck and places it gently on the table right side up. It's an upright Ace of Pentacles. It looks like your first objective is to find an ally who's already on the inside. An ally who will grant you the opportunity to learn something crucial for the beginning of your journey. From my perspective on the matter, usually that's a woman. But this time I'm not so sure. And she pulls another card. I do actually have notes for these. She places another card down with gentle ease, as if remembering something distantly fond for her. A reversed 5 of Wands. It looks like you're going to have to show someone who all the world hates a bit of mercy. Someone who is deemed the devil, almost. How peculiar. What a daunting task for someone so young. And then she takes out a third. She sets down a card upright, and at first it shifts and wanes as if it's deciding what it wants to be in this moment. And she frowns. Strange. Normally when I play this game, it already knows what it wants. And she looks at the both of you. This is treated as a blank card. So, in that respect, you do have some decision to make. Between the both of you, you're free to discuss. But do know that when you are playing this game, you will not know you are playing it, only that you are acting as if you're under a time constraint. So, tell me, between the two of you who are involved in this game, what would you like your last objective to be?
What do you think?
I think it's worth a shot if we can keep everything from happening. If we can
Right.
try to.
But what should our last objective be?
Not to fail this time.
Is that valid?
That I can't control, sadly. This is only the minor arcana, my dear. My dear, they control minor events. Things you can control.
What do you think?
Just as a reminder, should you not complete all of these within a suitable amount of time, you will have lost and you will be doomed to repeat once more.
What about... What about dealer's choice?
She tilts her head. Just to clarify with you, Cayde, you said dealer's choice?
Yes.
She looks genuinely confused for a moment. Pardon?
Well... You don't decide what these cars mean.
I do not know. Are you allowing me to make a choice for you?
Yes. Because I'm sure. I'm certain. This isn't a matter of betting on whether I will be able to do this. It's a matter of knowing that I will be able to do this.
You're very confident.
Have to be.
All right. And she rests her hand slightly over the blank card, as it was called, shifting in Mercurial. And she snaps over it without saying a word, and it turns into an upright ace of cups. And she stares directly at you, Arthur, and smiles. Forge your connections. Don't let them break. And then she shifts them all back into the pile of cards and begins shuffling again. Now, for this to work, I have to predict. Not predict, but rather lay out the groundwork for the stepping stones. That is, of course, if both of you would be amenable to that.
Yes.
Would you like your entire team to be here? As the first part was just for you.
Yes.
Very well. And with the deck in one hand, she raises her other and snaps. All of you move your tokens to that room.
And then it's just Lego Yoda death scream as he was probably in the middle of trying to gamble.
Tsubasa just... I mean, I know I was trying to find this room, but what the fuck?
All of you see a woman that I previously described who's taller than most of you, but around Razz's height. And she's just smiling, shuffling and shifting the odd-looking oracle deck almost. And she's just waiting, as if she knows she's going to get cussed out.
Tsubasa's just holding up a finger of... holding up a finger for a moment, and then just... The fuck?
Clarify. With the smug tone of ever.
Just the smuggest tone. Love it. No, Tsubasa just... Okay, I wasn't in this room 5 seconds ago. I was looking for this room, yes, but I wasn't in here. I was... He just gestures around him somewhere else.
Yes, that is how my teleportation ability works.
Isn't consent normally a
Now
thing?
you see me, now you don't.
What?
Now you see me, now you don't. That's
Okay.
my ability.
Is that why we couldn't see anything through the windows?
Yes. And she gestures behind her above the couch, where there is an odd-looking keyblade resting kind of haphazardly, kind of as if it's meant to be in that position. A pure black blade with a pure black hilt, with a singular blue, wide-open eye in the middle of the blade.
Please tell me that's not your matching eye.
No, not mine. My master's. And she continues shuffling.
Is that
Somehow
supposed
even
to be
worse.
better?
Okay. Important question. Why are we all in here all of a sudden?
Your team requested it.
And he just turns to Arthur because they're right next to each other. It's just like, explain?
We're playing a game.
Oh, good. What's the pot?
Your victory is the pot.
I like it. Double or nothing.
Lance is
Just
going to
raises
get
a brow.
Lance is going to get a smack on his shoulder at the double or nothing.
Hey.
If we're already having to gamble with our victory, whatever, let's not make things worse.
Maybe triple then.
Razz,
Good point.
no. After a moment, he stands up, takes Lance by the shoulders, and physically moves him to next to Arthur and sits between him and Razz.
Razz reaching over Tsubasa just to like smack Lance on the forehead. Just to prove a point, because she is tall and has long arms.
Hey.
Listen, maybe if I put some kind of buffer between the two of you, maybe you will stop feeding off of each other's energy.
It's like a feast.
You hear her clearing a throat.
Sorry.
Oh no, I do love the energy. It's very different from the desperate sods that walk through here.
You just gave us a bit of hope, though.
Indeed. Hopefully you can bet against the house this time. And she draws the first card, setting it down. Hey, Zahn, you remember what I asked you, right?
I do.
The first card is an upright Wheel of Fortune.
I thought you said this was minor.
And she smiles. Ah, the card of cycles. Rather, in this position, you are to break free of one, or at least start a healthier one. It's looking prosperous at this point. And draws the second one, placing it down. Upright star. Again, hopeful in your direction. All you have to do is keep faith and remain loyal to your choices and the people that are guiding you forward. To keep your bonds close and not to let them break, looking directly at Arthur. And then pulls a third card and places it down. Reversed Moon. Ah, a curious card to be laid in your corner. Basically, all you need to do is listen to your intuition. Be guided by your gut instinct. Usually it's going to be right, apparently.
What? So let your heart be your guiding key.
I fucking knew it.
Oh my god.
He stares at you, Lance. And then frowns.
Aster
What
just made a comment as well, just in the chat.
Yeah?
Aster's gonna mumble, "If the house always wins, why don't we become the house?"
At which point she smiles as she places down a fourth card, which for those who are aware of the 4-card system, that is the advice card, what you're supposed to do. And then it is Upright Temperance. All major events for you all, not a single minor arcana. You guys are going to have a wild adventure from here on out. But my advice to you all is simply this. Remember where you came from. Not remember what came before, but remember who gave you the power to stay steady. Make sure that the world doesn't rely on you so much as it needs you. Remember to take care of yourself and to love those who give their love freely. And she gathers up all the cards, makes a flourishing motion with her hand, and they all disappear. And she rests her hands behind her back. Well, that's my game. I wonder if you all are going to succeed. And looks at Aster and Arthur. I wonder if you'll win. And all of you in this moment feel a choking sensation. Not like you're drowning or burning or suffocating, but more like a staff or a cane, or indeed maybe even a whip, has latched around your throat or your side or your arm and yanked you backwards, knocking the wind from you. As it begins again, and you're young again, and the last memory you have of a time that never happened is the smile of a carnivorous fortune teller, and the sight of a peculiar keyblade seeming to blink as you disappear. And we're gonna go back to the scene with Razz and Arthur with the lady, because that was the memory.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yes,
Does Razz remember it, or is it just Arthur?
both of you remember.
Okay.
Because she tapped both of you on the forehead with her cane.
Alright, I just
And
wanted to
yeah, I get it. But as you come back to focus with a sharp inhale, you realize barely any time at all has passed. Maybe 5 minutes? No more than 10. And the memories are sharp and giving you a minor headache. But she's standing there at ease, watching and waiting. And there's no keyblade around her, just resting easily on her cane with her other hand in her pocket of her jeans in her pants. And just, well, do you remember now?
So how's it been going?
That's actually what I came here to tell you. And she smiles. And it's an actually genuine warm smile, as you notice that her teeth are no longer as sharp, only the canines remain sharp and full of intent, of carnivorous motions. You've won. Congratulations, Arthur.
Told you.
So you did. I wonder if you even understood what I meant back then. Regardless.
Probably didn't.
At least not in this go-around. But, yes, congratulations. You won against the house. And the house always wins, don't you know?
Yep.
She rolls her eyes, and then steps back. So, reward for the game. I never did tell you, did I?
Not really.
You secured your reward that you asked for, your victory. Or, well, I secured you a path to it. Whether you take it directly or not is beyond my jurisdiction. But you, Arthur, you won back your fate. Or rather, your lack of one. You and your friend. She says, Arthur, she says friend with an odd intonation that you're not quite registering at the moment. Your friend. You've both won your independence from fate. You no longer are bound by the same restrictions that everyone else is, as I'm sure you've already been told.
Yeah.
So, as for your reward, I will grant you one wish whenever you deem fit. Just one, and it cannot be undone. So, I'll take my leave. I'll let you ruminate on that. Feel free to discuss with the rest of your friends. They're probably waking up from a really odd dream. And I need to be out of here before they realize I was here. Ta! And leaves.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What in the fuck? Like, what in the fuck?
I mean, we won. Simple and clean.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
I hate it here.
You hate it here. You did that to me on purpose. You both hear her now, leaving the same way she arrived, unnoticed, undetected, and then disappearing. And it's only when Lex goes, What are you guys doing? Why do you look like you just saw the worst ghost in the face of existence? From that it recurs to you, fuck, right, Lex is here. You guys look like you've seen a ghost. Did I miss something?
Yes.
Razz just comes over to the side of the bed and hugs Lex really tight because he's alive and not like on the verge of death and not like passed out in a train that they have no control over. Oh,
He's always on
Lex.
the verge of death.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the job. And then it's just like, should I be concerned? I had a really weird dream.
crying
Honestly,
on him now.
no.
No?
No, it ended pretty well. Other than receiving minor headaches, that's probably not a fairly good trade.
He's just staring at you, at the both of you this time, of just, I go to sleep for a couple of hours, and this is what happens every time. If you guys want, you guys can place yourselves on the board as if you're rushing to check up on them, because you all had that same quote-unquote dream.
The dream, yeah. Meow.
Can you move?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, Tsubasa's just fucking meow.
You get the sharp "hey" from the guards, but they do not catch you.
Too fast for them.
Lance also numing.
In a second. Hey, oh, god damn it.
Just like, ah! Fucking cut off scream as you close the door on them.
Tsubasa, the ever so graceful skid.
Just catches on the door, whips around.
As soon as they're spotted, Razz also skitters over and hugs them both really tight.
Just, I have questions. A lot of them. Sure do. You guys good?
Awesome. We're great. We're so good. Comes
Yeah, we
over
won a
and
game.
pats Arthur on the shoulder. Wants to give him a hug, but doesn't know if he likes hugs.
He's okay. He likes hugs. Yeah.
And he's getting one. One arm around
An
him.
emotional Razz.
Yeah. Tsubasa walking forward, just... Okay, so... I had the weirdest dream.
Mm-hmm.
We were at a casino? What was that, Lance?
Speaking of dreams, I had a strange one too. Did yours happen to be about a casino?
Yeah. And he turns to look at Arthur and Razz. It's just like, you guys said that y'all won a game? Like...
Yep. And
Yeah.
me and Raz are no longer don't need to follow certain rules.
Everyone needs to follow rules.
Says the one who follows them the least. Anyways.
What? Hey, now.
Here we are. Here we are.
Yeah.
Gently places you on the board.
I see that.
Hug. Big hug. But like, because she is tiny, it is easy to scoop her off her feet.
What I'm hearing here is that once again, Razz has picked up Helia to hug her.
Yes! 6 foot Razz death gripping tiny Helia.
It wasn't a dream, Tsubasa.
I'm starting to gather that at this point, because I don't think all of us would have had the same dream. Helia, were you dreaming we were at a casino?
I don't know if Sue can see it, but Sue's getting the look of, I can barely breathe right now, give me a minute.
Okay, fair. Hey, Toro.
Sets her down so she can breathe. Reluctantly. Only so she can breathe.
Tsubasa's noticing Toro at this point.
There's just a sniff, snorf, sniff, 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 snorf. Because you are acting weird.
He'll just gently pat Toro on the head. It's just like, I'm fine. Just had a weird experience. We all had one, apparently. Okay. He just sighs.
It's the friend bite of you're acting weird. Act normal.
Yeah, be nervous.
I haven't been nervous for like a few months now, actually. As he's gently just sort of like doing the face squish with Toro.
Aster, you are currently in the room as well, and probably also being picked up by Razz.
Yes, it's very true. Squish.
So, this dream we had.
Such a memory of a time that no longer exists.
Oh, that's good to hear, because I don't like how that had started out.
I mean, we won the bet. You heard the what was the fucking word?
Stakes?
Yeah, the stakes.
Yeah, but a victory against what?
Maybe the real victory is the friends we make along the way?
Is Toro still biting on Tsubasa's hand? Just out of curiosity.
You're being headbutted.
Oh. He's going to just do a gentle little face squish on Toro.
Blip. And then, like, wiggles away from you and goes up to Arthur. And just the big old eyes at Arthur.
Fucking. Because he's like sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Just gonna, hug him. Like, here.
That is a, like, a Tibetan mastiff puppy laying on you, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Weighted blanket.
Beak boy.
I feel like Arthur's just resigned to his fate now.
Yeah. It was his choice.
I feel like Arthur is the last person to resign to his fate.
Shut your mouth, actually.
I'm right! I'm right!
You are.
Sorry.
By story beats, yes, you're right. In this moment, no.
Also, Lex has been hearing me talk about.
Yeah, he's been here yet. And does anybody actually look at Lex after this has been said?
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks, for once, while you've been saying whack as fuck shit as all get out, he looks like he's processing the information you're giving him. Like, if there could be a loading symbol in someone's eyes without being a straight-up android, that would be what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
The Nintendo loading system symbol complete with the sound.
He is. Tsubasa, you're the only one who catches this because Arthur is being met with a terribly fluffy fate. You're the only one who catches this currently, as he seems to be reaching out towards Zippy, who is still on the bed, just sitting there, just sits on the bed,
In the
and seems
wall.
to be reaching to take one of his hands. And at first you're just like, oh, that's cute. And then it's just Metal Gear Solid alert noise as you realize he's trying to self-pinch himself by grabbing onto something he's weak to.
Yeah, no, Tsubasa is going to step over and then just reach a hand out to Lex to stop him, just like, hey, you... Oh, I can't ask if you're good, can I?
No, you can't. I almost died. And then apparently that's just my gig in life? Question mark. Voice.
I mean, no.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying that if that's what I'm going to be good at, I might as well, shape up a little better.
Arthur's like raises his hand so he can see it like over the bucket bed. Like I'm against it.
I gotta agree with Arthur on this one. I'm also against that.
Yeah, you both would be, wouldn't you? But from what I'm gathering of what you're saying, we've done this all before, right?
Seemingly more than 4 times.
Poorly as well.
But what we bet was our victory. And we won.
Are you sure you won? I wouldn't trust that so easily.
Honestly, I don't fully trust it either. Something doesn't...
I mean, it's not like we can slack off. We're not going to get handed this on a silver platter to whatever might happen.
It still feels like it's just too easy.
Well, I mean, if we've already done this before, I'd say we've earned it.
I'm sure there'll still be obstacles we will have to face.
Yeah.
Hard ones.
No kidding.
That's alright, I like it hard. Wait.
Even that...
One.
Wait.
Even Lex just snorts derisively, just like... Because he's not stupid, he just doesn't talk about it.
Aster says, no, it's wrong. Something off it feels like, Lance, leave your boyfriend out of this.
Listen.
We're listening.
Arthur and Razz, make an intelligence check for me.
Aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Captain.
I'm going to kill you both.
This is the energy of tonight.
There's a pineapple under the sea.
Not you, apparently.
Not me, motherfuckers.
Arthur, as they're joking back and forth, you're kind of trapped under the very delighted weight of partially your Dream Eater at this point. And you're thinking about the conditions, the things you had to achieve. They were really vague back then. But you realize you instinctively completed all of those as if you were hunting them for sport. One of them you connect to Yeva and her sibling. Their research, the things they were called insane for. The research notes that you have. The second one, of course, though out of order, seems to have been referring to King. And then the third one, dealer's choice. It seemed easy enough. But you don't know how you won that one, because it was too vague and yet too precise. Forge your connections and don't let them break. And then it occurs to you, fucking, of course, Lex. Like, it's just one of those sudden, oh, don't let it break. Literally.
Oh, it's fucking yeah. Great.
I feel like Arthur has that last realization and goes, you've gotta be fucking with me, like, energy.
And he's like laughing. I was like, oh, fucking damn it.
Something up, Arthur?
I just get it now. It's all clear to me.
Get what?
Our conditions, my conditions for achieving this victory.
Okay.
They were so, back then they were so, one of them was incredibly vague, but it just makes so much sense now.
Do we get context?
Fucking, like points over the bed to him, to, fucking Lex.
And then just, what about me? What did I do? As far as I remember, I wasn't even there.
To make sure you don't fucking break
Break what?
your bones.
I don't think that's the actual truth of that.
It's partly true.
If you say so. And it's just like, well, what were the other conditions? Surely you had more than one.
Yeah.
Talking to Eva and her twin and King. Accepting them.
So one of your conditions was to accept the devil? Is that what you're telling me?
From the Bible?
I mean,
Shut.
not really.
That was in character. I apologize. The shut.
Are there any loose pillows? On the bed?
What's that?
On the,
Yeah, they're pillows.
yeah, no, Tsubasa's going to grab one and just chuck it at Lance.
Can I
Like
make
a Yoda death noise.
can I make a dexterity to dodge?
Will you succeed? That sounded aggressive. Apologies.
I mean, how could I fail? Unless the DC was like 25 or something.
Oh. Fucking. What. Do I need to roll anything?
No,
Okay.
you're just throwing a pillow.
Aw.
Wow.
Lego Yoda death noise.
Yep.
Just like, ah. Down. You're down for the count. You're on the floor.
Man down. I've fallen and I choose not to get up.
Oh, come on, I did not throw it that hard.
Well, yeah, he's just dramatic. It is a he day, right? Just staring at you.
Just waggles the hand.
Okay. Well, they're like that.
Yeah, that's true. I can't really argue that.
So, and Lex, while everybody is looking away from him, tries to get out of bed.
Tsubasa, who is standing right next to the bed, just gently arm reaches out, goes to push Lex back, and is just like, no, you're still recovering.
Yeah, but I need to go get something.
What was that
Wow.
again?
So convincing.
I need to go get something real quick. It's fine.
What do you need to
Shut
get?
up, Arthur.
What do you need to get, Lex?
Something.
What's something?
A thing of sums.
Lance, I will throw another pillow at you.
Bet. Actually, don't. Please.
The
can only-
immediate regret.
I can only fit so much dramatics in one day.
Lex, what are you going to go get?
Don't worry, don't worry. It's actually over there near the window.
Alright. Tsubasa is watching him just like...
Why are you all being so tense? I've been resting for a while.
Because we're still worried for you?
That's nice. How much sleep have you all gotten?
I sleep better during the day.
Technically, I was
Unimportant.
just asleep.
An unimpressed noise as he continues to head over to the window.
To the wall.
Nope.
Just a thumbs up from Lance.
My immediate defensive reaction to most of your bullshit. Nope. And he seems to be searching for something that nobody else really saw, or at least picked up on.
You're being added by Kuri.
Mm.
He's got Aster talking.
Just the rest is optional, huh? That's real cheeky.
Rest is never optional?
And then he seems to process the previous statement and stops what he's looking for and just stares at the rest of them. Because the word choice that was specifically used was are idiot, but still an idiot.
Tsubasa does tilt his head after a moment, just like... Lex?
He looks between all those he can see immediately, which is everyone but Razz and Aster. And then kind of looks slightly downward towards the ground. It's nothing, just thinking. And turns back to what he was looking for.
Thinking can be dangerous. That's why I hardly ever do it.
For you, maybe.
What?
I mean, money for your thoughts, Lex?
No. And continues looking.
Seriously?
Yes.
Alright. Just...
Can Arthur try to perceive what he might be looking for? Something
Go
out
ahead.
Okay.
Arthur, as you hear the rummaging and the brief bits of conversation through fluff and mane of fur, and just you barely manage to sit up, readjusting the very delighted ball of fluff that has taken over your life at the moment. And you look over at Lex, and he's over where most of this room's parchment and paper would be hidden, especially for scrolls that send hidden messages.
Why do you need a scroll?
I have to message someone, and I don't have any mana.
Well, I have mana, and I can do sending.
You don't know who I'm sending it to.
Would this happen to be a report?
No, not really. I
Where are you
was
sending
told. I was told by Mr. Simon to let him know when I woke up properly, because apparently he wants to stop by when nobody's around, so he can actually keep an eye on me and not pull, and I quote, a gray.
I'm sorry, what?
Who?
You said a gray?
Yes, Mr. Highland.
Like the color? No.
Okay, he was here?
Why are we using a person's name as a verb?
Apparently Mr. Highland is a reckless person and doesn't always watch his words, which is fair, I guess.
I respect
Yeah,
it.
that sounds about right.
But he means well. It's just that Mr. Simon apparently has a different way of approaching things, according to how he told me. So he just wants to talk to me alone, so he can get it, in his words, get it through my thick skull that I'm cared about, or something.
Wait.
No,
You do, in fact, have a thick skull. Yes, this is true.
I really can't argue that.
Wait.
He's also bringing his mom, which apparently is a threat.
Moms normally are threats.
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't have one.
I'm
I don't
speaking
have
from experience. Moms are threats.
Why
They
is
are.
a mom a threat?
So many
You've
reasons.
you've met Okasama, correct?
She's a very nice lady, yes.
This is going to be
Why would she be a threat?
You've never gotten her mad about anything, so.
Why would I want to? My question is, why is someone else bringing their mom to threaten me? He's known me for less than 3 months.
I don't know. Maybe because she's terrifying, I guess. I don't know.
Can we
Just
rewind? You said Highwind, as in like the shipwrights.
Yeah,
Gray Highwind.
Mr. Grayson Highwind, yeah.
Do you know if he's still here?
He's around.
Okay, great.
Oh, there's also that other high one that was here earlier, a while back.
There was
Oh yeah, Miss Vivian.
Out of character question. Has Vince mentioned Viv's name actually to Sue?
Huh? Vince?
Yeah, Vince.
No.
Okay.
It's always been Boss Lady.
Alright, so no reaction from Tsubasa.
Mm.
Just, how many high winds are there?
2, I think?
Okay.
They're twins, from what I was told.
That's a special kind of terrifying.
Yeah, apparently some sort of heart link that lets them know where they are at all times.
isn't that just something that twins do? Anyway?
I don't know, ask your twin of a boyfriend.
Got him.
And stands up as he finally finds a scroll with matching quill for the ink to go onto it. And starts heading back. What's your passive insight, Tsubasa?
Passive insight is 21.
Lex looks like he's having a slight bit of trouble keeping himself upright.
Yeah, Tsubasa is going to step over and, like, offer an arm if he needs it.
There's a huff, but he does admittedly take it, which shows that he's not great.
Yeah, he helps Lex back over to the bed.
And just scrambles back onto the bed and takes the, like, it's not a desk so much as it is like a writing, part of a writing stand. You know what I mean? The ones that you have for the bed specifically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And just brings it over and starts to write. It's like, so, should I tell Mr. Simon about that? About the dream, or is that just information for us?
Is there a way to tell him in person?
Maybe. If I just tell him we need to talk in person, he will be here within 2 seconds, and he will be panicked, even though he won't look it. And I do not want to panic that man, because it looks like he's on the verge of a panic attack every time he sees me.
I'm just saying, I feel like leaving records like that for people to find, less than great.
Question is, would anyone even believe us?
Yes. I'm sure someone would believe us.
Tsubasa's just gonna sit on the edge of the bed. Yep.
So do you want me to just tell him that us as a group want to talk to him, or do we want to talk to Mr. Gray or Miss Vivian? Miss Vivian would believe us. I've said some weird I've said some weird things before.
I mean,
I don't see why not. So
Why not all three?
No. Just the immediate no.
you can't gather them all.
I'm good with whoever, as long as there's somebody we can trust.
That's between you and God at that rate. I don't know what's wrong with any three of them, honestly. They've got things going on.
And we don't?
You vote Gray? Yeah. You vote... Wait, just the loading symbol. You've met his son?
Wait, so there's 3 Highlands?
I didn't know that!
No, it's crazy.
Pendraco squared. How many of you are there?
Will he? I don't think he will. Not in that context.
Oh, wait, is this like a joke on his name?
Who? Huh? Who's his son? I don't ever recall meeting another Highland.
Are you calling?
And trust me, Mr. Gray loves talking about family.
The loading symbol of typing. Yeah.
I'm his son?
Huh?
I don't think that's true.
Aster, what?
What?
Well,
Why would we... Huh?
Aster, you've been making a lot of assumptions recently.
listen, let's just pick one of them.
I say Mr. Simon, because he's logical-ish. Question mark. You know?
And I don't particularly care who at this point?
I mean, it depends on to what extent we want the help. Miss Vivian's a bit chaotic and energetic. She'll be the one to be helpful on front lines if we ask her, and if she can get away from her sergeant. So, and then there's Mr. Gray, who's a forage master, and we can kind of catch him at the academy every so often. Mr. Simon does something. I'm not sure what.
You're saying there's been a high wind at the academy this entire time, and I have not known about it?
Well, we ran into him at the forge, so...
Oh! Wait. Are you implying that Mr. Saitos is his son? There's a very confused, moment happening. That's true. That did happen. I forgot about that. I forgot what I made Zach do. Language.
I mean, that
Keep using it.
Common.
I could have already figured that out.
Just the immediate bitch look at Razz. Like he doesn't say it, but you hear it in his voice, you know?
Yeah. she's giggling a little bit
I'll
now.
actually be out of character. I'll actually be right back.
So he starts to write a message, though you don't know to who.
No, he did not.
Valid, I guess. Arthur says no. Arthur says no, no sending a message.
No what?
Arthur says no sending a message.
Oh no, I was talking to someone. Oh.
Oh, all right. So he starts writing, and he looks confused for a moment, as if he's trying to figure out what to write down. Then he just sighs, shakes his head slightly, and continues writing, though it's very clearly after having not erased, but scratched out something with the same ink that he's using. Which is clearly a waste of it, but he seems purposeful. And then after about 2 minutes, he stops writing, and ties around the rolled up parchment and ties the ribbon, and the entire scroll disappears. Okay, so I sent that to Mr. Simon. If Gray shows up, that means they were together. But I don't think they're going to show up immediately, because the last time I checked, Mr. Simon was with his mom. Mr. Gray had to take something to his sister. Miss Vivian is nowhere to be found unless it's nighttime. So, we might be waiting a little bit.
I mean, it's not like we don't have time.
Yeah. But, I do have a question for you guys.
Yeah?
I mean, it's not as much a question as it is, I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I put you all in danger.
What?
What do you mean?
You didn't do anything, Lex.
Aster! Fuck, he got me. How did that get me?
Because did it get shit on. Tsubasa's genuinely confused right now.
Razz is kind of in a similar boat because what the fuck are you talking about, Lex?
Yeah, just you didn't do anything, Lex. Why would you say that you put us in danger?
I want you to understand to their response of do you want soft tacos later, there's an immediate, like, big old eyes of, can we have carne asada?
Oh.
That's gonna kill Cayde in a moment. Damn it. Fucking, I feel like if Cayde overheard that, it was immediate what? Or laughing outright. But he, after a moment of registering, oh, I was spoken to, he looks back at all of you and goes, well, if I wasn't involved with all of you, well, I can't really speak for Arthur. I think he's stuck with me as much as I'm stuck with him. If it wasn't for you all getting involved, you guys wouldn't have been in danger from, the priest, the guy. So I put you all in danger.
You act like you haven't saved our fucking lives before, dog. My brother, my friend.
Not to mention, Lex, we chose to get involved. We weren't just going to stand by and let the priest do something like that, especially to you.
I guess I'm just not used to people outside of Arthur really caring. Even without knowing I'm a nobody or anything like that, just people find me too much to handle.
I can understand that. I mean, hey, it's
I feel like this is the too much gang. You can't be too much.
I mean, to be fair, we're all
is
a
that
little...
a challenge?
No, it is not a
Yes.
challenge. No.
It is. Don't
Please-
listen to Tsubasa.
Please
It is.
don't.
Please do. I would love to see.
Not here in the castle, obviously.
Too.
But maybe once we get back to the academy.
Just not in the dorm rooms.
I would
To
never.
Aster, you get a very succinct but very soft. I would really like carne asada.
I went to go open a window and now I hear carne asada. What's happening?
Aster asked about soft tacos to Lex, so I'm just like, oh, this would be a funny moment to mention what one of his favorite dishes is. Carne asada, soft tacos. How you dealing with that one, Cayde?
It's everything. So, like cilantro, onions,
Yeah.
radish.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's not that picky, and honestly, your family's been a very good influence on him. I feel like even Arthur doesn't eat all of that.
He probably does not eat the radish.
But radish is pretty good.
You could even say it's rad-ish.
No!
to kill you.
Fucking got him. Oh, you're a genius.
Anyways.
Funniest motherfucker in the world.
Silence for your crimes. You get sent to the timeout corner, Nia.
No carne
no.
asada for you.
I'll kill you with my own two
No.
hands. Yeah.
I love you, Nia.
Love you too.
Tsubasa does lean back a little bit from his little seat on the bed and is just, Lex, do you really think with how I was a year ago, I would have stuck around this long if I thought you were too much?
Yeah,
No.
other people did. My mentor did.
Well, he smells bad, so.
When he says that, he's talking about Bedivere, right? I was
Well,
gonna be like, well, he was an ass.
I mean,
Bedivere was something else entirely. But no, Lex, we don't think you're too much.
in fact, if anything, you're not enough.
No.
Stop,
No.
slow down.
No.
Wait.
That actually gets him to laugh a little bit because of how clumsy it was. Just
Personally, I think you're just enough. All that you need to be. I mean...
well, if that's the case, I guess then I can't really argue, huh?
I mean, you could
could, it just
try,
wouldn't
but
get-
it wouldn't work.
He never had a foot to stand on.
He's barely standing at the moment. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You guys are all really cheeky. Here's the problem with that specifically. I do wish you luck, but please don't get into any trouble, please. Because this is staying awake is a problem for me at the moment. Mana drain and almost dying. Not great.
Bedtime.
Yeah, no.
Shut up.
Trust me, I've been getting enough weird looks around the castle. I'm trying not to get into trouble.
Well,
What
yeah.
was that?
you- Well, yeah, that's because you haven't proven your mettle, your worth, the thing that you can give to the rest of the nobility. You know? I'm surprised you haven't gotten a commission yet specifically from one of the nobility. But that's just how it is, I guess, right now.
Because it was because of Okasama.
No. Wasn't your mom some version of higher nobility before she stepped down?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Wasn't your mother some version of higher nobility before she stepped down?
I mean, yeah.
They give her respect because of that. That's how nobles work.
Huh.
It doesn't extend to you, but I think they're
Obviously.
being cautious. Because I do not want to make her mad. But, yeah, it's literally just, once you prove that you're supposed to or allowed to be here on your own 2 feet, you'll be fine. That's what I had to do when I became a bodyguard.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get one of those commissions before the day's out or something.
Maybe.
And then as
Well-
if by magic.
I considered it. I considered it, trust me, but there's enough as if by magic right now.
It would have been funny, though.
No, God, please.
Especially in Tsubasa's case.
No. It's ironic, but not like that.
Isn't it ironic?
But as you spend time and the day ticks forward, whether you discuss the dream or Lex getting some sleep or whatever transpires, as dawn crests into day and then into noon, you all receive a text. Not a pager warning, just a text. Almost as if a spell sent it. It's like you're getting an automated voicemail.
Well, obviously, Tsubasa's going to look at it.
For all of you, it reads, His Majesty the King requests your audience in the throne room.
Oh no.
No pressure. Not
no
at all.
pressure.
What do you think are the chances of this being a commission?
I'm not going to bet anything on it.
I bet Lance will.
We won our last bet.
Well, you know me too well already.
Well, considering how much you were lingering in the casino in the dream.
$50 money on it being a commission.
You
Okay.
guys have fun with that. I'm not joining the bet.
I'll join it. 50
Who-
money against it. Just for fun.
Well, we probably shouldn't keep His Majesty waiting.
You're probably right. Maybe, perhaps. Perhaps.
Guess we should head there then.
Yeah.
What, you don't want to join in on the bet?
I'm good.
Are
Okay.
you sure? I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel like you would be a fine addition.
Let's
I think it's better if I don't.
think it's
let's
better
just
if you
go
do.
ahead and head out
You
before
head in-
before these chuckle fucks try to add more people in on the bet.
The whole way there, Razz is trying to convince others to join the bet.
Just other guards.
Yeah.
Just random guards down the hallway, just like, hey, what do you want to bet the king's calling us for a commission? What?
Put some money in! No! Do it! Do it!
No. I'm
Total
actually
fun.
sitting here.
So wait, was Aster betting that it is a commission or that it's not? Oh,
No.
The stakes are high. Lance.
You guys are barely even betting 100 money altogether. Come on.
The stakes are high.
For an average fucking person based on Roxas and Gion lore, 100 money is actually a lot. Because most people earn like 10 money to 50 money on a good paycheck. That's
And obviously-
canon lore, by the way.
And obviously Arthur has no say in it.
Yeah. He's a nobility. He's got more money than he knows what to deal with.
Which means he should absolutely be involved.
No.
no, he would have insider knowledge.
Me fucking looking at Tsubasa with the almost 3,000 money.
Me said, no, we're here with 4,500. Gambling for the win.
Tsubasa got all of his money from playing games at the arcade.
So did what? It's gambling minus as much of the risk.
No.
No.
So as you guys are traveling, you realize Toro has not left Arthur's side.
Oh.
That's the guard dog.
Like,
Because the other guard is currently out of commission, must protect.
that's adorable. I love Toro.
So just gonna pat Toro and be like, "Come on, go guard the guard."
Just the no kind of look. The big old eyes of I gotta protect. You gonna say no to that face?
I have half a mind too.
He will, just on principle.
He will despite me, specifically. Not God, me, the DM, Ren. Do you actually tell Toro to stay with Lex?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he does respond to you, he will pout, visibly, and just nudge your hand a little bit before going back to playing guard at the edge of the bed. And we move to the throne room.
Slow. Okay, there we go.
For once, as you step into the throne room, there are no guards. Which is a ominous feeling, considering usually his left and right hand are always seen nearby. The only time that they leave is when they're ordered to, by the king himself. So apparently this has been a very serious thing he has approached you all about and asked you to approach with. And at first he doesn't look up, kind of half slumped forward in his seat, resting his head in his hand, and then he looks up, straightens himself out, and stands, walking forward a few paces. Apologies. I was thinking. I'm glad to see you all have responded.
Dad, what's the importance of this meeting?
Well, it's surprisingly enough, I need your help with something. Rather, an old friend of a friend needs help with something, and I have no right to turn him down. I owe him, so to speak. And as a result, consider this, being able to show people what you're worth to them.
Shit. handing Lance the money.
Tsubasa, not looking back at them, but you can tell he's just rolling his eyes at you guys.
What is the task?
You need to retrieve something from a partially locked world, and make sure world order is not disturbed too much. This is a world that does not need access to keyblades or magic, as it is already rife with chaos in and of itself. Have any of you heard of the world Sunset on Sunrise Lane?
Would we have to roll history, all of us?
Okay.
All of you roll history.
Unfortunate.
Big old 11 for nothing.
Nice, Razz.
Got him. I'm a genius. I know.
Tsubasa, audible confusion.
I'm gonna roll for Caesar. Aster.
Nina.
It's labeled Caesar on my notes. On the side here. It's not my fault. I'm not joking. It's labeled Caesar Harold.
I don't believe you are.
I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this.
How did it get rolled with advantage? Or twice?
No idea. I don't even. It doesn't matter either way. So, Helia and Razz, you're the only two who have any recollection of Sunset on Sunrise Lane.
Because we're so smart.
No, because you're dumb enough to try.
Oh my god.
You both, for different reasons, one of you because your aunt tried to sneak aboard a vessel going to the place and took you with her, and the other because you got stupid enough on a key glider that didn't belong to you but to one of your siblings, and, you know, accidentally ran afoul of the first location that allows you entrance into that world. So I'm sure you can guess who's who there.
Man, I didn't know Helia was so rebellious.
Mm.
Or that she had siblings.
Hilarious.
But you both recall, yes, Sunset on Sunrise Lane is a partially locked world that was once completely locked. There was a knight of the Royal Kingdom, the Magic Kingdom, who decided in their time of serving to visit a world on vacation and forget that world order kind of existed and exposed the rest of the identity of the cosmos and what they are doing outside of them to a good number of individuals. Thankfully, most of it was rectified, but as a result, a couple of people were taken, or at least given the option, to leave their homeworld, and they did. You don't know who it is, but there are records of some people leaving from that world, or at least having knowledge of Keybladers. So it's not like you're going in having to hide everything, but you will have to be careful. Very careful. And you do also recall that it is perpetually set in Victorian England.
Sorry.
Question. Is a purple motherfucker gonna stand out in this situation?
That is where our innate Keyblade's magic comes into play. It will help you stand out in a normal way. You won't have your horns or tail or different skin tone, but it will match as close as it can get to what you would match in a normal setting such as that. So, instead of horns, perhaps they are just pins or brooches or something along the lines. You can determine this before you set foot, but it's a directory that you have to pull up with your mana, which you wouldn't be using otherwise, so it's a constant drain regardless.
Okay.
So we would have to be careful about how long we spend there, yeah?
The faster you do this, the faster you prove your worth. However, I suggest taking your time. I will be giving you the details over communicator, and not necessarily the ones you have, but a private one where it can't be hijacked. But, and he settles his gaze onto you, Arthur, please don't do anything reckless.
This is a serious matter, so I will do my best.
Similarly, as he looks to the rest of them again, Lex will not be able to join you, so be careful. We don't know if there's going to be Heartless or Gloom or Soulless there. There shouldn't be, but if there is, you would have to be careful on how you approach the situation.
Because we would have to be careful about the world order.
Yes. He looks at you, Aster, as you say question. Yes? You are getting paid for this, but if I inform you of the price ahead of time, you might act a little more carelessly. So I'm neglecting to give you that information at the time being. Know that is a hefty sum, however, for the person who has requested this directly of you.
Why do they want us to do it?
Aster, that comment gets you a confused look. As if he genuinely doesn't know what you're talking about.
Confused look from Tsubasa, too.
Confused look from everyone, I imagine.
Well, Arthur kind of gets it.
Are you sure that's a good idea? Like, out of
Do you-
character, genuinely. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh my god.
Okay, I am not asking in character. I am asking out of character. Alright.
As you approach him, at first there's a moment of hesitation. Not fear or derisiveness, just hesitation. He doesn't know what you're going to do or say or relay to him. But when you say your mother's name, Ritsuke, a complicated look crosses his expression. One that, even with an insight check of natural 20, would be impossible to decipher.
Fuck.
And then it settles back into stoicism. a sort of rigidness that wasn't there before. He doesn't look angry, but the warmth from before is not absent, but distant. He seems more contemplative and pensive than anything else. And then he steps away and goes, "I'll send you the information later." And just heads back to his throne. Aster, he gives you no response. He seems so out of it that he doesn't register that you're talking to him. Do you want me to make an insight check for you or let you roll? I love how you're trying to Mexican mom a dude that can order your execution.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, no, because if Tsubasa sees Aster going to take off his shoe, Tsubasa is going to intervene.
I'm going to let him roll insight first, which for a plus 13, I sure hope he has something good.
Though it is
I'm
a
gonna-
risky move, I don't think it's a move Astra has, man.
It's a move that only his own family can do against him, honestly. Let's be real about that. I feel like if Arthur tried to do that, it would get a what the fuck? And nothing else.
Yeah.
Just the, you're my son, you don't get to do that, but nothing happens.
But yeah. You have been given permission to insight for him. Okay, good.
Aster, as you are moving to grab the edge of your shoe to take it off, you watch him ponder and contemplate and think and remain pensive as everyone is hesitating and unsure behind you. Something registers. You told him information he did not know. You told him to his face, Ritsuki is alive. Without ever mentioning the words she's alive, you mentioning her name seems to have registered that she's even there at all. And he looks, now that you're looking at him, he looks distraught.
Can Tsubasa move forward and... Just like, maybe we shouldn't...
Aster. In your ramblings of, it's my mission, I'll handle it, I trust my friends, there's no response until you take a moment to breathe. And all you hear from the king is the most tired, exhausted phrase you've ever heard, not just a king, but anybody give. I'm so sorry. And Arthur, you hear that too with your better hearing than most. And it's the first time you've ever heard your father sound that upset. You don't get a response to your specific request, Aster. And this is going to be the last thing I say before we end session, because woof! This was a session. But you get the gesture of someone being summoned from the wayward sides of the room. As Helia, from behind you, you hear the clicking of steel-toed boots as the right and left hand show up again behind you guys this time. And he just says, "Show them to their rooms. I have something to think on." At which point, you're not necessarily forced out of the room, out of the throne room, but you're not allowed to get closer to the king.
Aster, maybe.
And
Yep, sorry.
And as you're moved outward, Aster, make a note of an odd flash drive being in one of your pockets that you don't remember being there. As you're kind of ushered out, and the door shuts. And that's where we're end.